know you done seen like a lot of crazy moments up there and everything.
100%.
One of them we talked about, and I did want to tap in on that again, was Jay-Z deciding to do the record. Jay-Z and Dame doing the record with UGK. That's the introduction to you coming onto the channel right there. And they were debating in the chat that Jay-Z wasn't a star already. He wasn't already known as a rapper. I looked it up and I already knew he was. I was like, nah, bro, Jay-Z was already a star. He had even already been tapping in with the South. They just was like, hey, bro, who else can we work with? And they chose UGK.
Okay, so here's a couple of different things. Number one, and this is not saying it out of arrogance. This is not on the old man shit. I'm just giving you the truth. At that time, everything came through New York. So if you wanted to be on a major label, you had to be in New York, right? If you wanted to be involved with the media, you had to come through New York. So New York was the epicenter of everything. Most artists that got really, really big at that time were from New York, okay? Got that, cool. Now, with that being said, of course you had the UGKs, the Master P's, all that. This was the beginning of the birth of the South, okay? You know, Tony Draper, Jay Prince, these guys were just starting to do what they made this now. And the thing about it is, because everything was run out of New York, all of the distribution channels, if you made a record and you were big and you were on a major record label in New York, you were everywhere. It wasn't like it is now. There was no Spotify, there was no your phone, there was nothing. There was maybe a bunch of channels of cable, a couple of radio stations, and that's it. And that's why Jay-Z was huge, because he was rocking all of those things. So everybody knew him, because the way you consume media at that time, that's what it was. And of course Jay-Z was known in Houston. He was huge in Houston. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure.
So UGK was in a position whereas they were kings of the South. They were kings of this area. I remember UGK from early, because I used to come down here to promote Naughty by Nature and all that kind of stuff. So I knew who they were. It's just that they weren't national. As far as Jay-Z and UGK were concerned, you know, I could tell you straight off the bat, just from a marketing angle, what the play was. I am Jay-Z. I got New York, the East Coast, from Maine to Florida, and probably over to Chicago, sold up. That's it. I got that. Like, that's that part of the country, I got that. But I'm missing the South. Am I hot? Sure. Can I come down here and do concerts? Of course. But I want to be hot in a different way. So what do? I join forces with someone who is regionally hot. Makes sense. UGK. Bun and Pimp. And there you go. And you know, just to say that, like, I didn't really understand Pimp C at the time. What he actually meant. Now I, of course, understand Bun, shout to Bun. But I didn't understand Pimp C. Pimp C was a fucking maverick. Yeah. He'd say all kinds of wild, do all kinds of wild. If there was one rapper that passed away that I could get in the room with and actually have a 2-hour conversation, I think it would be Pimp C, because I would want to know what was the reason behind a lot of that he did. I mean, he would go at motherfuckers publicly, talk, be in niggas' face. Like, no one was doing that except Tupac.
Yeah.
Like, he was that kind of nigga. So, you know, when he died, man, for me, I didn't get to know Pimp C as in the way that I probably wanted to know him. And there's many things that I would have wanted to ask him. Just like the fact he showed up at the Big Pimpin' video in a far. And the man said, the TV don't know how hot it is. You know, like, that's a different kind of nigga. So, like, you know, that's the one thing I wish that I would have been able to talk to somebody like Pimp and pick his mind. So if you look at UGK, Bun B is the sensible. Like, you can tell that. Like, Bun B is the nigga that he's Bun, middle to low, he gonna spit his shit, he got common sense. Pimp C is the wild card. And you know, I never got to really talk to him. So it's one of the things I wish I probably would be able to do.
Yeah. No, I just that just came up as a talking point, man, because you know we love UGK in the South and Pimp C. Rest in peace, Pimp C for sure. And it wasn't that I'm a person. I'm big on not being biased. You know, some people in the South they'll be more biased. Like, man, UGK didn't need Jay-Z. Pimp C didn't even want to do it. But I'm like, bro, you got to understand at that time, Jay-Z was out of here already. He already had the records and all the big records that came. And I said, that helped both of them, man. And it elevated them. Big Pimpin' was one of the biggest records.
You didn't need him.
Yeah.
But look what happened when Jay-Z didn't need them and they didn't need Jay-Z.
Exactly.
Right? But look what happened when they got together.
Same.
That record's another. See, there are certain records in life that are what we call heritage records. That no matter what, they're gonna be played. Big Pimpin' is one of those records. So boom, 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 boom. Like, come on, man. So you know, it's a blessing.